friends, welcome back to the Beaches Farm Girl. If you're new here, I'm Nadine and this channel is all about gardening, getting your hands dirty and getting a little bit closer to nature, even if you only have a small backyard or a balcony garden. In today's video, I'll be talking about failed seeds, the flops, the fails and the what on earth happened there. What on earth is happening here? Crazy kid. We're talking about the flops and the no-shows. And in today's video, I'm going to be talking about failed seeds. Yes, that's right. We're talking about the flops and the failures and figuring out what happened and why. I'm also going to take you for a little tour through my June vegetable garden so you can see what's growing and what I'm planting. Let's start with what didn't work. This part of the garden here was meant to be lush peas. So I sprinkled a whole heap of pea seeds. I looked after them, I watered them every day, made sure they weren't flooded, and nothing happened. This, my friends, is what we call a seed fail. I was really looking forward to harvesting purple peas with the kids, but Mother Nature had a different idea. And you know what? It happens to everyone. Here are a few reasons why seeds might fail, just so you know you're not alone. The number one reason, I think, and what we've seen here, is that the seeds are too old. They do expire and eventually there's no life left in the seed, so you can't get anything out of it. Secondly, seeds need moisture, but not a swimming pool. So they need consistent watering to help them germinate, and the best way I've found to do this is to just give them a light spray of water every day. The goal is to not let the soil dry out, and this is much easier in a vegetable garden compared to pots where the soil does dry out much quicker in the pot. The third reason why seeds might fail is temperature issues, which really is mostly completely out of our control. If we're planting in the garden, it really is completely out of our control. I do like to use a bit of a dome or something like that to protect the seeds, which controls the temperature a little bit and protects the seeds and seedlings from critters and insects. But the temperature control when you're planting directly in the garden isn't that great. And that's why we often plant more sensitive seeds into punnets so that we can put them in a more temperature controlled environment. I was really looking forward to growing and picking purple peas with the kids, but Mother Nature had different plans. And you know what? It happens to everyone, even people who have been gardening for decades, which is me now. So don't let seed failures discourage you. I'm putting this failure down to purely the fact that the seeds I planted were old. I kind of suspected when I put them in that I may not get great success rates, but I didn't expect zero. So hopefully my freshly ordered seeds from the Diggers Club will be a great success. Now let's shift gears and talk about what is growing well in my June vegetable garden, because even with some setbacks like the seed failure, there is always something growing. So we need to take the wins as well. And what I'm celebrating at the moment is this lemongrass. It's absolutely thriving. The prolific growth of this lemongrass got me thinking about how I could preserve it and jar it up to give as gifts, especially with Christmas not too far away. So I did a little bit of research online and I found a great video which I will share here. We use lemongrass to make a delicious lemongrass chicken dish. But since this plant is thriving, I took it as a message from Mother Nature that I needed to be using it more. The distinct citrusy aroma and flavour is captivating, so I decided to start drinking it as a tea, and it is absolutely delicious. Then I did some brief research about the benefits of lemongrass and found out that lemongrass is traditionally used to aid digestion and soothe stomach aches. It may also help with issues like bloating and gas. It could be a placebo effect, but my tummy certainly feels calmer and my mind uplifted after a warm cup of lemongrass tea. The chilies are still looking great. They might be a little bit affected by this cold weather, so I will harvest those few red chilies while I still can. But you will see that the weather has definitely gotten colder and the tomatoes just aren't doing great. So up until a few days ago, the tomato plants were still going strong. However, we've had a few cold nights and colder days, and you can probably see a few of these spots on the tomatoes, which I haven't seen before. So I think that may be just them responding to the cold garden, but time will tell. Anyway, since the next few nights are forecasted to get down below 10 degrees Celsius or 50 degrees Fahrenheit, I'm going to pull out these tomatoes and make room for something new. But first, I'm going to harvest these green tomatoes here to make cucumber living Phil's green tomato relish. I got on my blog to try and find the recipe, and I realised that I have been making this recipe since 2011. So obviously it's an absolute winner. I'll share the link to the blog post so you can have a look at the recipe. Today I'm getting my hands dirty by planting some easy, super fast growing and rewardable edibles. So snow peas, snap peas, dill and baby spinach. Okay, let's get planting. First up, our peas. I've got both snow peas and sugar snap peas here because my family and I love picking and eating both varieties. These guys are fantastic because they're funding plants, meaning they don't need much space, just a little bit of support. So I've got these trellises here ready to go. Okay, so we'll prepare the hole this one's going into, digging it out nice and close to the trellis. Give the pot a gentle squeeze into the hole, encouraging the pea to grow up the frame, and then give everything a nice firm pat down in. And then I've got lots of sugar snap peas just here, so I'm going to plant them along on a row, making sure that a few of them come up this trellis and along this support. Okay, these are a little bit pot bound. Just release the roots a little bit. Give them all a bit of a squeeze. Peas are one of those plants that don't love being transplanted, so ideally you want to plant seeds directly into your garden. But I am still waiting for my seeds to arrive, so I'm doing a little bit of a cheat and getting a jump start. The great thing about this frame is that you can lower the trellises. Next, let's talk about this little beauty. I absolutely love dill. It's got this great feathery foliage and it's got a fantastic taste. It's also fuss-free, so it's great to be planting in the vegetable garden right now. I'm going to plant this dill right next to the peas because I have just put some worm tea on this part of the soil yesterday. So there's a little bit more nutrients just in this section of the garden. We also have a bit of a problem with some roots, and just take those out so that they don't prevent any growth of new plants. Check that you've dug your hole deep enough by trying to put the pot in. And I am still trying to get this soil as healthy as my old vegetable garden. It takes time. And finally, for a super quick turnaround, we have baby spinach. These powerhouses are great for any vegetable garden or any balcony pot. You can cut the outer leaves and they just keep coming, and they're perfect to eat raw or cooked. Even my kids are asking to have them on their lunch sandwiches now, so that's a huge win, and I love to throw it in with my eggs in the morning. They're also quite tolerant of partial shade, so they're great for any part of the garden, and if you've got a shaded balcony or something like that, give baby spinach a try. Okay, so the baby spinach I should ideally be planting probably about 10 centimeters apart. This is to plant apart 30 centimeters. I tend to not really follow that too strictly because I don't have a lot of space and because I'm lazy and time poor. So I also find that a lot of these plants do well if you keep them together. They're a bit more pest resistant. They don't get attacked by as many bugs. And it also makes it easier to put a bit of a cover on them to protect them from frost and creatures if they're all grouped together. And just pinching these out. You can always put the labels in so that everyone else knows what you've planted. We'll get a watering can of worm tea and water those oils in to give them a nice good start. So there you have it. We've planted snow peas, sugar snap peas, dill and baby spinach. 4 fantastic vegetables that are easy to grow, thrive in cooler weather and will bring so much fresh flavour to your kitchen. Get out there, give it a go and enjoy the incredible satisfaction of growing your own food. Hey babe, how you doing? If you found this video helpful or you just enjoy a bit of honest gardening, then please like and subscribe for more gardening tips, and I hope to see you next time. Happy gardening!